So in this video we're going to be introduced to cubes and cube roots. Now the good news is that we're not going to need to memorise all of the numbers 1 to 15 cubed. Thankfully we only need to really look at 1 to 5 and 10 cubed. So the other ones I don't really know myself, and I would have to work them out by hand if I was in a non-calculator paper. So what I mean by cubing is if I had 2 cubed, then we have the 2 with a superscript of a 3, so a small 3 at the top right. And what it's doing is it's telling me to multiply 2 by itself 3 times. So 2 times 2 times 2. So 7 cubed would be 7 times 7 times 7. Okay? So that's what we mean by cubing. So, ones we need to know. So 1 cubed, so 1 times 1 times 1, which of course is 1. 2 cubed, 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Then you've got 3 cubed, 3 times 3 times 3. Well, 3 3s are 9, times by 3 is 27. Okay? Then we've got 4 cubed, so 4 times 4 times 4. So 4 4s are 16. Now, 16 times 4. Well, if you do 4 lots of 16, that's 16, 32 to double it again, we get to 64. So 4 cubed is 64. And then you have 5 cubed, which is 5 times 5 times 5. Well, 5 times 5 is 25. Times by 5, well, 5 lots of 25. 4 lots of 25 gets you to 100. So this must be 125. Okay? So these numbers here, 1, 8, 27, 64 and 125, we need to know those. We should also know 10 cubed. So 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1000. And we look more at powers of 10 in an upcoming video. Now, cube rooting, the symbol for the square root we met previously, and so that looks like this. Now, if I was to write down the square root of 16, we would generally write it that way, but you could also put a 2 here, which essentially says that I want to find the square root. So quite often when we read square root, we say the root 16, and we take that to mean the square root. But of course you could have another value there, and this is the cube root. So the cube root of 8 is going to be equal to 2. So when I cube root a number, I am looking for the number that multiplies with itself 3 times. So 8, the cube root of that would be 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Likewise, I could have the cube root of 27. So the cube root of 27 would be equal to 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Okay? So in the next video, what we'll do is we'll do a little test on making sure you know these cube numbers and that you can cube root also.